Hi, welcome back to the Hack Shack. Today it's day 5 of the Pie Hut's Let It Glow Advent event, I guess. Advent event.
Yeah, Advent event.
And
Calendar.
Today we're just going to be going through and looking at the activities for this one. Very high quality cardboard. So it looks like we have a dip switch and some more jumper wires. You can never have enough.
All right. So let's check out what our first activity is going to be having us do. All right, so what all is it telling us to do this time to prepare?
We're taking off our trusty
Red and green, I'll miss you, but
red and green. Red and green.
red and green.
You can...
Tired as much as a cheesy gordita crunch. What was it you said last year?
I don't remember. But I do love Fiona Apple.
Yeah.
We can leave this in.
Okay.
He came from somewhere in the... That's Michael McDonald, isn't it?
Yep.
Something somewhere.
Christmas. All right, hold on. But yeah, you got to add that one wire to feed those top ones. And you got to have top wires too to feed the top of your switch. So
Oh, my lord. I just picked those out.
All right, hold on. So we're feeding everything. All right, you've done this one, right?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Am I still recording? Oh my gosh.
Watching her go, what a fool believes. He sees the world's has the power to reason away. If love can go,
This is going to be so good. We're going to get a copyright strike. We got to be careful.
love can go.
Is that 5? I need one more.
Are you gonna post it?
I might. It'd be kind of fun. Text, it says, "Smell a rat? Congratulations. It's your first rat nest." It says, that's what us makers call a lot of wires all bunched together like this. It's something that can be difficult to avoid with busy projects. So yeah, this is kind of a mess. I'll have the schematic up here so you can see what we've got hooked up. And we'll find out if we made a mistake here before too long when we run some code. So let's check out and see what the first code example is.
So what in this activity 2 we're doing is we're using else statements to make the div switch kind of more useful, I guess. So what this code is going to do is we're going to use a while true loop again. It's just going to keep on going over and over because it's a while true loop. But this time we're adding an else statement to make it where if it's not on, it's going to print that it's off. And so this time it's just going to go down the list, div 1, div 2, div 3, div 4, div 5, then
So it's just going to print the whole line.
print the divider,
Lines.
and then take 5 seconds, go back through, go through all of it again. So
Push that too. Let's see what that does.
let's see what happens.
And the one on the first statement that reflects what your current state is, right?
And then
Off, on, off, on. So what should change this time?
off turned off.
Wait until it okay, you just refreshed. You got off, on, off.
I don't have to wait till it refreshes.
I'm just saying so
Yeah.
you can see before you do 2 changes.
Yeah,
I
sorry.
mean, yeah. So does that reflect your current dip switches? Okay.
Yeah.
If we change one and then it refreshes, so put your last one on. And then next time it refreshes, it'll change that to on, right? Let's look. Yep, there we go. So that's cool. That's that example.
So
Let's get rid
way
of
to make it more useful.
Yep.
All right, so now we're getting some LEDs involved. So we're doing pretty much the same thing. We're setting up our dip switch input pins, and then now we're setting up our LED pins. And so we're using that same while true loop, except we're not going to be printing out the numbers anymore. We're going to be checking for if the switch is on, we're going to turn the light on. And if it's not, then nothing's going to happen. Then we're going to go to the next one, do the same thing, next one, same thing. Then going to take a 5-second break, go through it all again. So,
And if it's not on, we'll turn the LED back off? Or is it just worried about it shows this? Or is it just going to turn them on and leave them on? That'd be kind of silly.
no, it's going to turn them off.
Okay. All right. Let's push it and see what happens. Push the code to it.
But it's going to,
Push the code to it.
it's going to take like 5 seconds between everything.
That's fine. Just let it.
So we're starting with everything off.
Okay. So turn one on. Did you get it on? Okay. Well, you turn them all on. Got some flaky connections there. Number 4. Oh. So that reflects. Well, I hope one's. Let's see. Is one off or on?
I just didn't have it fully down.
Okay. So that is. Get that.
No, the connection's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I just like, so we got 2 off, 1 on, 1 off, 1 on. So that's right. And if we turn them all on. Yep. So they're kind of finicky, but that's showing that works, right?
I've messed up my nail. That hurts very bad. I don't have any nails, but
And if we turn them all off, they all go off. So that's working as expected, right?
yeah.
Cool.
So in this 4th activity, we're importing our pins, importing our time, setting up our switch input pins again, setting up all the LEDs. So we're using lists again, but this time we're using functions. And functions are a way to pretty much make a variable a program, a mini program inside of a variable.
Right. So you pass something in and it spits back.
Yeah. And so we use functions all the time, like define is also a function. So it's a function for a function for a function.
Right. It's turtles all the way down.
But this is just you writing your own.
Cool.
And so
you're
for our function 1, we are making a little thing. So we're using a for loop and LED in the segments loop. So in the segments list, we're changing that value to on. Then for 1 second, we're waiting, and then we're going to turn it off. And then for program 2, it's going in reverse, like we also used those last time as well. Yes. And then we're turning it on, then turning it off. And so now we have our functions, and the way that you call those is just by
the hardware switches.
just writing it.
Switch 1 and switch 2.
Yeah. And so while we're using while true loops, it's just going to keep on going. If the first switch equals 1, we're going to print program number 1 running, and then we're going to call program 1. And then that's just going to go back and forth. And then we're using elif, which is else if, and we are going to see if the second switch is turned on, and then we're going to print program 2 running, and then we're going to call program 2 and have that go through. So let's see how that works.
All right. You'll flip the first switch on. So that's just going from left to right over and over again, right?
Yeah. And it's just going through the list, going through the.
Now, do you have to turn that off, or what happens if you turn into 2 on?
Here's number 2 going in reverse.
So that goes.
So then if I turn on 1,
Is one always takes precedence because of the way it's listed
I believe.
and what order the program gets read. So if you start with that one, then do left always wins, right? Yep. Even if you turn on the second one after 1.
Yeah.
Okay. That's just due to the nature of how that's going from top to bottom in that code, right?
So that's that one.
Cool. All right. So that's showing you how we're using a switch to basically call a function.
All right, for our last activity, we're pretty much doing all the same thing, created our list, assigned everything, and we have our same program 1 and our same program 2. But this time, we're using if and elif, and we're using or. So this time, we're seeing if the first switch is on or the second switch is on. That means that we're going to run program 1. And elif, the third switch is on or the fourth switch is on, we're going to run program 2. So let's see how that works. So I'm first going to run.
So that's going to the right.
I'm going to run 2.
2 is going to the left.
No, that's 3. I apologize. Here's 2.
Okay. So 1 or 2 makes it go to the right.
Here's 3.
That goes to the right and left. Fuel.
Oh, wait, I turned on 5. Oops. And we could probably make it 5 do something else.
That's good.
But let's see if we have 1 turned on. 1 is always going to take precedent, like we said before. And that's pretty much it with this code.
Oh, all right.
All right. So to recap, we learned about dip switches and how those pretty much allow us to activate multiple things at once. And we built a dip switch circuit. And we learned about how to make our own functions and how to use them. And we, kind of expanded our if statement knowledge from the last episode and used elif statements and or, which are very, important to making your code make sense.
So it says today was another control component. So this means tomorrow is a blinky day. What will it be? We'll leave your circuit as it is for now, and we'll tell you what to remove in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with us for day 5. We'll see you on day 6, and happy holidays, and
Bye.